So, big news out of Dynamite, yeah. First they talked about, hey, we now have power, we can do Power Rangers comics, and we're going to do Mighty Morphin, and later on down the line, maybe a few other Rangers. Who knows? Now, this is actually news that I talked about earlier in the year, I believe. Yeah, earlier in the year, was it later last year? But yeah, for those who don't know, Dynamite acquired the rights to do James Bond comics. They recently did that, and they haven't really talked about it. They didn't really touch anything. I guess they were looking for the right writer, and a lot of people were speculating who was it going to be. I personally wanted Rick Remender to do James Bond comics. I thought that'd be a perfect fit, and there were a few other people that kind of got thrown around of who it might be, and then along comes this news today, and I could not be happier, because I think it's such a perfect fit. Today it was announced by Dynamite Comics that Warren Ellis will be writing James Bond comics. God damn it, I am so happy. Most of you guys know that I'm a huge Warren Ellis fan. I love a lot of his work. I will admit there is some stuff that he's done that I'm not too crazy about. Few things here and there, but on a whole, I think he's a really he's a very well-versed writer, and I really love his work. And him writing James Bond is really awesome. I really like the idea of him writing James Bond. Not because, oh, it's a British guy writing a British character. No, it's not like that at all. If you've ever read some of his Secret Avengers stuff, the stuff he did in his Secret Avengers run, and he's done some other spy stuff, spy comics here and there, he is really good at telling spy stories. So him doing a spy series, it just makes a lot of sense. I've always said that if he ever gets to work at Marvel, and he probably will, he'll get back to working at Marvel again. I'd really love to see him tackle Black Widow. I'd love to see him write just Black Widow, because in Secret Avengers, and then in an Avengers graphic novel he wrote called Endless Wartime, he really writes a really good Black Widow, so I'd love to see him in the future with Marvel write some Black Widow comics. But yeah, I think, I really like this. I really like this news a lot. But here's the big thing. How long is Ellis going to stay on? That's the big question. That's the big question right here, is that how long is Warren Ellis going to stay on this comic book? How long is he going to stick with it? So, and most of you guys know, he doesn't stick around on comics a lot unless it's his own work. So, and I haven't read his Image book, Trees, yet, but I hear nothing but really good things. It's on my to-do list of things I need to get from the awesomeness that is Image. Yeah, there's a list, people. Rick Remender's Black Science, and also, Deadly Classroom, which from what I understand, it's like Assassination Classroom, the anime, which I also need to watch, but it's kind of creepy how both are Deadly Class and Assassination Classroom are a lot alike in some cases. But I'm getting off track. I'm getting off track. So yeah, Warren Ellis is usually prone to doing more of his original work more often, but he will kind of like drop out at any given time and leave. So that's what I'm kind of worried about, is that, he may just stick on for a story arc. I'd be surprised if it was 2. I'd be shocked that would be it, and then they would have to go look for another writer. Hopefully, again, I just kind of figured out how Warren Ellis works. He doesn't really stay on a lot of non-creator-owned stuff for not a long time. He did do runs before over with Marvel, his Excalibur run and MI13 stuff. Well, no, that was Paul Cornell. But anyway, so I think it's a really good fit. But again, the big thing is, how long is he going to stick around? I'm going to give it 6 issues. I'm going to give it a story arc. And then they're probably going to give it to another writer before he leaves. If he sticks around longer, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy if he sticks around longer. But just his current track record of staying on titles is very fickle. Not that not to say that's a bad thing. I understand. He doesn't. He has his own stuff to do. So yeah. So, what else did I want to say about this? I'm really excited. I love this cover, by the way. I love this cover right here. Is it just me, by the way, or does this cover remind anyone of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? I don't know why, but it just this shot right here just reminds me something like right out of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I don't know. So they haven't really also said which Bond it's going to be. Is it's going to? I think it's just going to be James Bond, as you know. It's not going to be modeled after a certain Bond like Sean Connery or Daniel Craig or George Lazenby. It's probably going to be its own character. And they haven't really talked about the story arcs yet, but this is still coming out this fall, I believe. So this will be correlate around the same time as the arrival of the Power Rangers comics. So, Dynamite, you really kicking it up a notch. You've got now Power Rangers, James Bond, Voltron, Army of Darkness, all the old pulp characters. You're really stepping your game up. So, yeah. So you guys, to all my fellow Bond fans out there, what do you guys think of this news? Do you guys like the idea of Warren Ellis on a Bond comic? Do you guys not like it? And when he leaves, who do you want to see on it? Also, another little message to my good friends, Tori GNR1, Zazubar, and Super DM64. To you three, I ask you, what do you think of all this news of Warren Ellis's James Bond comic? You three in specific, I really want to know your thoughts. Like, hopefully maybe you'll do a response video if those things ever existed again. But yeah, so yeah, really excited to hear what you guys have to say about all this. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.